Yes, welcome to Yoga Emotion. And the order of the day is movement. Movement is everything. So really being aware of the movement, even in our stillness, there is movement. And knowing that, wherever we are, however we feel, if we feel stuck, that there is always change. Sometimes it's happening under the surface and we don't even see it. So let's be aware of that. And we're going to come to seat to begin and get the lower back a little bit more warmed up. So sitting cross-legged position, you can sit on a cushion if it's more comfortable. Let's just warm up the knees a little bit, do some little circles on the knees. Breathing in and out. Interlink the fingers, stretch up the arms, push the hands up, lengthen the back of the neck, and just releasing some of the tension. We'll just start to get the energy moving around and warm the body up a little bit. One more breath in. And breathing out, lower the arms down to the sides. Place the hands on the knees. Lift the chest up. Lift the shoulders up and out through the mouth. Again, lift the shoulders up, breathing into the nostrils and out through the mouth. We'll do that one more time, breathing into the nostrils. Squeeze the shoulders right up and out through the mouth. So we're going to stir up the lower back. So really think about this integrity of the spine, lifting the chest, keeping the tummy tucked in, lower back pointing down. So the shoulders are back, chest is open. Breathe in, lift and lengthen the body, breathing out, leaning forwards. And we're going to go round to the right. On the in breath, we're leaning back. On the out breath, we're leaning forwards. But we're not bending in the back at all. We're keeping that spine nice and upright. So you can feel the head is on top of the body. The crown is lifting, that lift all the time, lengthening. The movement is happening in the base of the body, in the very base of the spine. We're just going around, warming that area up. Breathing out as you lean forward, come back to center, breathe in. And on the out breath, we're going to do this Brahmari, this humming bee sound. So it's a hum. But the focus is in the middle of the center of the head. You can close your eyes if it helps, but we're still doing the same thing. So all the out breath is on a hum. Breathing in, lifting the chest, breathing out on a hum. Going around to the left this time. And coming back to center, taking the left hand down to the left, extending the right arm up to the sky, breathing in, extend through the whole of the right side, reach up, and then reaching over the body on the exhale, turn the head to look up at the ceiling, on the inside of that arm, reaching over, reaching to the ground, bending into that left elbow, breathing out, inhaling, lifting up, exhaling, lower that right arm down, reach the floor, bending on the right elbow, breathe in, extend up to the left side, breathing out, reaching over the body, bending into that right elbow, looking up at the ceiling, just extending, opening the whole of that left side with the breath, breathing and moving. Even in our stillness, we're moving, the breath is moving, the body is moving. Breathing in, lifting up, breathing out, lowering the arm down. Let's come into a twist again to invigorate the whole spine. Have a little wriggle with the shoulders. Right hand onto left knee, left hand behind you. Breathe in, lift the chest, shoulders down, head on top of the body. Breathing out, we're turning the body. The chest is coming around to the left, the shoulders going behind you. The eyes are following the nose, the chin. But keep that chin slightly tucked in so you're really aware of the length in the back of the neck. The length in the spine. Every inhale, you're lengthening a little more, creating space in the spinal column. And every out breath, twisting a little deeper. One more breath in. Untwist slowly to the front. Yes, how does that feel? Have a little move around to feel that impact. Right hand behind, left hand on the right knee. Breathing in, lift the chest, lengthen the front of the belly. Breathing out, twisting around behind you, moving into that space behind you, right shoulders going back behind you. Good. Keep lifting the chest, keep lengthening on the inhale. Long, strong inhale. And the exhale is long and slow and steady. Turning to look behind you, shoulders down away from your ears, chin tucked in. One more breath in. And exhaling, come back to the front. Okay, let's take the hands to the heart center, breathing in and breathing out. This time as you breathe in, open the chest, wide, open the chest, look up, breathing out, bring the hands back to the center. We'll just do this 3 times, just to really feel the sense of moving and breathing. Expanding on the inhale, contracting on the exhale, keeping the breath in the nostrils. One more of these, breathing in and breathing out. Good. Bring the knees up, hug the knees, let the face fall onto the knees. Squeeze the legs into the body, round the back. And then just let the knees fall out to the side, holding onto the feet, soles of the feet together. Put the thumbs into the center of the foot and give the foot a little rub right on that instep. Just see how that feels. It's always going to feel good, right? Holding onto the ankles, all the toes there. And we're just going to do this little butterfly, again, moving and breathing, lifting the chest away, lifting up the chest, shoulders sink back, as if you're sitting up against a wall. You know, think about the shoulders pressing against a wall, lower back is strong, and we're just going to do this little butterfly, just bouncing the knees up and down, keep pulling on the toes or the ankles, wherever you're holding on. And it's just a light little fluttering, just to start to wake up the hips a little bit. Freeing up that tension, particularly from the sitting. We're doing a lot of sitting. Really need to keep those hips open. Good. And now we're going to just bend the spine. So we've been sitting up tall. So now we're going to keep the knees going down to the sides, but take the thumbs into the center of the foot. So wherever you're holding the foot, try and bring the thumbs into the center and the hands wrapped around the foot. Breathing in, lengthen. Now breathing out, bring the chin to the chest. Start to curve the back, start to bring the head down towards the feet, opening the feet like as if they're a book. So we're doing the opposite movement with the back. Bringing the head down towards the feet, opening the feet up. You can even press the elbows into the inner thighs there. But breathe. In and out through the nostrils. Make the out breath really long. See if there's a bit more space you can move into. Use the inhale to slowly come up. Bring the knees back up together. Hug the knees once more. Extend the legs out. Let's get a bit of fire into the body. So have a little shuffle around. You might need to sit on a cushion. Don't go too wide. You don't want to compromise these very sensitive inner thighs there. We're going to do lions just to warm up the breath, give a bit of power to the body. Toes going towards the ceiling. I'm going to do this very strong, positive line with the claws going out to the side. Don't forget the tongue comes out the mouth. The eyes are really wide. The rasping in the throat. Start with the hands at the heart center. It's coming from the heart, the fire in the heart. Breathing in through the nostrils. Really send those claws out, tongue out, rasping in the throat. We'll do it a few more times. Breathing in. Good. Prepare. Hands to the heart. Breathing in deeply. Yeah. Clear and cleanse. All of those vocal passages, breathing in. Good. Then we bring the knees back up again. Hug the knees. We come into a little cosmic egg this time. So hands around the front of the knees. Point the toes, touching the ground. Bring the chest towards the body. The shoulders go back. So we've got a strong back. Abdominals are working. And you maybe see if you can get the toes off the ground. So just bouncing on the sitting bones. Breathe a little bit there, and then release. And coming onto the knees, all fours. So from here, we're just going to move our spine a little bit by sitting back into the heels to begin. Extend the arms forwards, bring the forehead to the ground. Breathe in through nostrils, sigh out through the mouth. So moving from this position into a kind of cobra, but only in movement. So we're doing this with movement. So we inhale, we come to all fours. Exhale, take the hips forward, open the chest, take the shoulders back down away from the ears. Inhaling, come back to all fours. Exhaling, send the hips back towards the heels. So it's all about movement, breathing in and breathing out. You're following the breath, the movement of the breath. The movement of the body is following the breath, breathing out fully. Before the inhale naturally comes in, slow and steady, breathing in, expanding the breath, expanding the chest, shoulders back, breathing in. Lift you back to all fours, breathing out, sit back into the heels, really pushing back with the hands, forehead comes to the ground. Maybe notice, especially on this cobra, notice if there's a little bit more space, a bit more openness in the chest, maybe even looking to the ceiling each time as we move in and out of the posture in accordance with the breath. You find that maybe there's a bit less pushing, a little bit more focus on the breath, so the body just naturally relaxes. Much more efficient way of working with the body, working with the resistances. It's focusing on the breath, communicating with the body and seeing, oh, there's a bit more space that's opening up for me. Breathing in. Let me sit back into the heels once more, resting there. Breathing into the nostrils and releasing out through the mouth. Good. So we're going to get a bit warmer. So come up onto all fours, keeping the hands where they are. Spread the fingers wide, tuck the toes under. For the downward dog, we'll lift the knees off the ground. Pushing back into the heels. Pushing back through the hands. Head is coming down towards the ground. Let's just get those hips a bit more lively. So bending the right knee, pushing the left heel down. Bending the left knee, pushing the right heel down. We're just moving and lengthening the backs of the thighs, the hamstrings, but again with movement, keeping a focus on the hands being wide and open, the hands on the ground, looking back towards the feet. Good. Really get a strong bend in the knee. Okay. Walk the feet towards the hands, let the body hang, knees are bent. Ragdoll. Again, releasing breath, breathing into the nostrils, sigh out through the mouth. Really empty out. See if you can really empty out, release all the breath in your body, breathing into the nostrils. Slowly unravel, leaving the arms hanging, leaving the head hanging, keeping the knees bent. Slowly unfurl, uncurl to standing, coming to standing once more. Good. Once you're standing, let's just lift the shoulders up, breathing in, and release out through the mouth. And again, breathing in, and out through the mouth. And one more time, breathing in, squeeze the shoulders high, out through the mouth. Good. Take the feet a little bit apart, Tai Chi twists, knees are bent, just twisting and turning the body on its axis. Keep the chest lifted, bending into the knees, letting the backs of the hands smack into the lower back. Let's exaggerate that a bit more by coming up onto the toe, lifting the heel as you turn to look right behind you. Let the arms swing quite heavily. Breathe, easy. Feel the space around you, moving and breathing. Feel the movement of the body, the movement of the breath. Slowly let the arms come to a stillness. Let's pummel the lower back with the backs of the hands, waking up some of that dormant energy. Breathe with that, help it to move. We'll just increase that tendency to get the movement of the energy going up the spine, rubbing the knuckles either side of the lower vertebrae. Yeah. Breathe. The breath really helps that movement around the body. Let's take the shoulders back. Let's get some more movement in the shoulders, rolling the shoulders back, knees are bending, warming up, limbering up the body, breathing in, encouraging the body. Lifting the elbows slightly. The elbows are going higher, the arms are going higher, the knees are bending, the body is opening up, breathing in. Look up. Look up as you inhale, stretch up to the ceiling, arms are going back. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, Exhaling. And then we'll go forwards with the arms, just lifting the elbows first of all. Keeping the knees bending so the body is joining in. The arms are gradually getting higher and higher. The arms are going right up by the ears. Knees are still bending. Inhaling, exhaling. Good. And then take the feet a bit further apart, let the arms swing in front of you, again loosening up, moving, breathing. Don't forget to breathe. Good. Then we'll bring the hands to the hips, bring the heels to the backside. Just lively the legs up a little bit more. Some heat and energy. Move the legs quite quickly. Lifting the knees high. Knees are going right up towards the chest. Keep a strong belly here, strong back. Chest open, shoulders down. Chin tucked in slightly, so really tall. And then out to the sides with legs starting to feel a sense of balance. Or not, as the case may be. Taking the legs one at a time out to the side. And then opening the hip a little bit more, lifting and opening, lifting the knee and opening out to the side. Breathing with that to support the movement. Breathing in and out. Breathing in, breathing out through the nostrils. Good. Okay. And just checking your feet. Take a look at your feet. Lift the toes, place them down. Lift the heels, place them down. Feel the ground with the feet. Bring the hands together. And Anjali Mudra. The prayer position, breathe in. And breathing out, pointing the fingers to the ground. Breathing in, open the hands up, lifting the hands up, lifting the heels off the ground, bringing the hands up together, palms together. Turn the palms, and the heels are coming down, the arms are coming down. Breathing out through the nostrils. So we're really focusing on the movement being coordinated with the breath. Breathing out slowly and smoothly. It's a good time to use the Ujjayi breath, the ocean breath. Breathing in all the way up. Palms come together. Stretch up. Lift the heels high off the ground. Breathing out. Arms are coming down towards the ground there. Heels come down. Inhaling. So the Ujjayi breath or ocean breath is a slight constriction on the throat. As if the same sort of shape you would make if you were saying ha, sa or ha. When we keep that shape, when we're breathing in and out through the nostrils, it naturally narrows the passage of air, so the breath is slower, smoother, more steady. So immediately we deepen and slow down the breath. This is great if we're doing moving and breathing. We want to keep that breath smooth and even. One more time, coming up. Stretch the arms up, stretch the fingers up, lift the heels high. Hands meet above the head, then they come down. Palms are coming down to the ground. Heels are coming slowly down to the ground. So we're feeling ourselves steady and stable. Good. Let's come to the front of the mat. With some standing postures. Starting with triangle, Trikonasana. So feet hips width apart, parallel. Weight onto the left foot. Step back with the right. Take a step back for triangle. Feet at right angles to each other. Square the hips to the long edge of the mat. Breathing in, lift the arms up. Breathing out, bring the arms down to shoulder height. Breathing in, open the chest. Hands are wide. Breathing out, reaching over to your left and down. Meet that lower leg there. And reaching up away from that with the right hand. Open the chest. Look up at the right hand. Soften the knees. So give the knees a little bend so you remind you not to lock them. Feel the feet, give the toes a little wiggle. So keep everything moving and lively. So even though we're in a still position, there's always lots of things moving. The breath is moving. You can feel that breath in your chest. The legs are active. Fingers there are reaching up to the ceiling. They are active. Breath is very active. Stay connected with your focus on extending and expanding. I use the inhale to come up and the exhale to lower the arms down. Bend into the right knee, bring yourself back to the front of the mat. Take a moment to shift the weight to the right foot, step back with the left. Again, find your feet, right angles to each other, square the hips to the long edge of the mat, breathe in, lift the arms up. Lift the chest, lengthen through the waist. Breathing out, bring the arms down to shoulder height. Breathing in, open the chest, open the hands, chest is wide. Breathing out, reaching over to your right and down. Meet that leg. The lower leg with the right hand, reaching up with the left fingers. Keep that left shoulder away from the left ear. Long space in the neck there. Turning the head to look up at the left fingers. Keep the hip strong in the center of this position in a way. Everything is coming away from this central point. Soften the knees. Feel the toes on the ground. Feel the movement of the breath. Feel the breath in the body creating space. Use the inhale to come up. Exhaling, lower the arms down. Bend into the left knee and bring yourself back to the front of the mat. Take a moment to just give your legs a little shake. We're going to come into the reverse triangle. So just reset. Check your feet, have a look at them. Lift the toes, place them down. Lift the heels, place them down. Weight on the left foot, step back with the right. Now we're going to point both feet forwards, parallel with the feet. Soften the knees. Breathing in, extend the arms up. Lengthen the body. Breathing out, keep that length, but bring the arms down to shoulder height. Breathing in, expand the chest. Breathing out, turning the upper part of the body towards, looking towards the right, down the right side of the leg. Breathe in here, then the left hand on the out breath comes down to the outside of the right leg, maybe down to the ankle, perhaps. You can use a block here if you prefer. Reaching up to the ceiling with the right fingers. If your neck is okay, your balance is okay, you can turn to look up at the ceiling. You look up at those fingers. And again, there is movement in this. Feel the movement of the breath, expanding and contracting in the body, particularly in the chest area. One more breath in. Then bring the right hand down to the right foot. Left hand steps over to the left foot. Keeping the hands on the feet there, maybe even holding the ankles. That feels kind of nice and secure. Back is straight, strong belly. And then bring the hands or the fingertips to the center between the feet. Inhaling, look up, look forwards, take the chest forward onto the fingertips, straight back, strong belly, and then breathing out, forward bend, flattening the hands, keeping the legs straight but not locked in the knees. Strong legs, feel the feet on the ground. We're coming into a wide leg forward bend. And again, coming up onto the fingertips, look forwards, then take the hands to the hips, keeping the chest forward, keeping the elbows lifted, straight back, strong back, belly, legs and buttocks there. Soft knees, but not bent. Use the inhale to lift up to standing and exhale. Other side now for the reverse triangle. Breathing in, lift the arms up. Breathing out, bring the arms down. Breathing in, expand the chest. Breathing out, turning to your left. Breathe in here. And then the right hand on the exhale comes down to the outside of the left leg, wherever you feel comfortable. You can hold on to the ankle if you get down to the ankle, and reaching up with the left hand up to the ceiling. You can always put the hand behind the back if that feels like too strong, that reaching up. Turn and look up at the left fingers, reaching all the time to the ceiling, all the time twisting. Breathe. Breathe deeply. Feel the breath moving in the body. One more breath in. And as you breathe out, take the left hand down to the left foot, right hand steps over to the right foot. Take the fingers to the center. Let's lengthen the spine, looking forwards, taking the chest forwards, breathing in, coming onto the fingertips. And breathing out, forward bend. Good. Let's have a little walk around. We're going to walk over to the right. So walking the fingers or the fingertips right over to the right. Have a little look right around there. See how far around the side of that right leg you can travel. And breathe once you've found that point. And then we'll walk back. Slowly across the ground to the other foot, over to the left, walk around the left foot, creep around there, see how that feels. What's it like around here? Breathe. Be really aware, keep your mind every now and again thinking about where is my breath, how is my breath, and bring your attention, the focus of your attention back to your breath. Really good point of focus. Come to the center again. And now we're just going to come into a ragdoll. So bend the knees and let the body hang. Feel that release in the back, in the neck. Breathe into the nostrils. Take a relaxing, releasing breath out through the mouth. Empty out. Now keeping the knees bent, we're going to lift from the base of the spine, unfurling, uncurling. Leave the arms heavy, leave the head heavy. Keep the knees bent. Slowly unfurl. Unfurling to standing. Once you're standing, just enjoy that feeling of brand new spine, brand new energy. And we're just going to keep the legs wide for a second. We're going to come forwards again, open up the chest a little bit more and the shoulders. So interlink the fingers behind the back. Let the hands just rest on the back there. Breathing in, lift the chest. Breathing out, taking the chest forward, strong back. Soft knees there, all the way down. And when your head is down there, then you can start to bring the arms over the head there. Still interlinking the fingers, head's coming down towards the ground. Breathe deeply. Opening the front of the shoulders. Upper back, releasing the neck. One more breath in. And as you breathe out, just bring the hands, still interlinked, to the center of the back. And we just draw a circle clockwise on the back. Yeah, bring some ease into that. And then we rotate it in the opposite direction. And as we're rotating it in the opposite direction, we slowly uncurl, as we did before. Knees are bent, coming up to standing. Give yourself another little circle and then release. Bring the feet together. Give the legs a little shake. Come to the front of the mat once more. Side flank stretch. So take the feet again, check the feet. Have a look at them, lift the toes, place them down, lift the heels, place them down. Put the weight onto the left foot and we're going to take a big step back, wide as a warrior. So take a big step back with the right foot, big step. The right toes are pointing slightly forwards there, but get the hips square to themselves and to the long edge of the mat in front of you. Breathing in, lift the arms up. Lengthen the body, breathing out, bring the arms down to shoulder height. So we're starting in the same as Warrior 2, but we're going to have a slight variation. Breathing out, bending into that left knee, pushing back into that right heel. Now we're going to take that left forearm down to the thigh. We're not leaning, we're just resting it there, keeping that chest open. Yeah, so we've got this lovely plane. The right shoulder is above the body rather than hanging forwards. Then let the right arm hang down to the ground, and then it's going towards the left, so where your left foot is pointing. Breathing in, extending in a beautiful long line. We're not going up to the sky, we're going in a lovely long line from the right foot, which is pushing back, and this lovely long diagonal. Good. Open the chest, and if you feel okay with your neck and with your balance, you can look up at the ceiling on the inside of that arm. This also encourages the body to be, the shoulder to be above the other shoulder rather than hanging forwards, which might happen. Good. Now to come out of this, we need to bend into that left knee a lot and sweep the arm up on the inhale, lower the arms on the exhale, bend into that right knee and bring ourselves back to the front of the mat. Give the legs a little shake. Reset, weight onto the right foot, step back with the left, a big step. Or a couple of steps, however it takes to find this wide stance. Square the hips, breathe in, lift the arms up, lift the chest, breathing out, bring the arms down to shoulder height, breathing in, expand the chest, breathing out, bending into the right knee, it's hovering above the ankle. Keep that nice and open in the hips, strong back, strong belly. Good, here we go, breathing in, and then as you breathe out, just let that right forearm rest onto the knee. So strong bend in that knee, and let the left arm fall to the ground and then sweep up in an arc to your right. Then over the body, the arm, we really want the arm over the body, regardless of where you're looking, but it does help. If you look up at the ceiling, it encourages you to take the arm back away out of your line of vision. Breathe. Both feet strong and planted on the ground, opening up, making a lovely long line from the fingertips of the left hand to the back of the left foot. So to come out of this, bend into the right knee, bring your hand to the ground, inhale, sweep up. Both arms sweep up, exhale, lower the arms down, bend into the left knee and bring yourself back to the front of the mat. Strong pose there. So we have a nice counter pose by coming down into a squat here. Come down in the squat. If your heels are off the ground like this, then put some padding underneath them, cushions or blankets. Let the body hang forwards between the knees. Let the arms fall onto the floor. Let the head relax, back of the neck relax. Breathe in through the nostrils. Sigh out through the mouth. Give yourself a chance to recover fully. Breathe. So even though, again, we're recovering, we're in a counter pose, we still feel the movement of the breath. There's still something happening in the body. Paying attention to the body and the breath all the time. So we have a little twist here. Left hand on the ground, breathing in, lift the right fingertips to the ceiling, extend up. The heart is looking up to that right hand. And then we rotate that right wrist around to the right. Good. A few times. Moving. See, everything is moving and growing, spiraling upwards. And then we rotate it in the opposite direction, moving and rotating, and we're bringing it back to the ground. But let's have a little journey on the way. Just find the whole arm moves freely down to the ground. Breathing in, lifting the fingertips up to the ceiling. Inhale. And again, rotating that left wrist now, watching it with your eyes as it rotates. Lovely big circles, breathing all the time, just enjoying the movement of your own body, and then rotating it around the opposite direction. And just moving that arm through the air, just noticing how it's moving through space, whole arm, the elbow, and bring it to the ground. We come into a ragdoll. Knees are bent, arms hanging forward, bodies hanging forwards. Breathe in through the nostrils. Release the neck. All the breath, empty out. Let the shoulders really be heavy, using the weight of the body, using gravity to do all the work of releasing. Notice any tensions. Have a little sway here, just to increase that focus on your connection with the ground and releasing. So we just move the weight into the right foot, and then we move the weight slowly into the left foot. See how slowly you can actually shift the weight from one foot to the other. Breathing nice and slow and easy all the time. Don't hold your breath. Now come to a stop, a stillness. Place your attention, your focus on the base of the spine. Feel the lift coming from here first of all. Leave the arms heavy, leave the head heavy. Keep the knees bent, slowly lifting one vertebrae after the other. Each one is lifting, creating more space in the spinal column. Spinal column becomes long, spacious, tall. Feel your crown of your head lifting up as you come to standing, and the soles of the feet sinking into the ground. Okay. Take a breath into the nostrils and sigh out through the mouth. So we're balanced now, moving and breathing again. Movement, movement. Everything is movement and breath. We'll put the weight on the left foot. We're going to do a heron balance. So this is constant movement, breathing in, lift the right knee, lift the hands up, bring the hands together above the head. Turn the palms as the palms come down, the fingers come down, so that right leg comes down slowly. So just as the hands come to the sides, that whole foot comes to the floor. We slowly peel the foot off the ground. Inhaling, the palms are coming up. The insides of the arms are open. They're coming up. The knee is lifting high. The fingers extending to the ceiling, the palms come together, and then the out breath, slowly coming down. As the hands meet the sides of the body so the heel comes to the ground. I'm just switching from one side to the other. Go in time with your breath. You may be a bit faster or slower than me. Inhaling and exhaling. But making sure that your arms and leg are moving in harmony. It's not however fast you're going with the breath, make sure that it's as smooth and steady as you can make it. Rather than whooshing that breath, it's like slow, steady, allow the air to come into the body. Reaching up, making that a strong movement as you lift the knee as high as you can, lowering down slowly. And if at first the balance isn't so good, or if one side's better than the other, just keep trying, keep moving. Keep your focus on your breath and your movement. Enjoy the movement of your body. Notice the shifts in the weight. We'll do one more each side here, breathing in. Lift that knee really high, lift the hands really high. Bring the hands together, and that moment is the moment we start changing the downward motion with the energy as we bring the foot down. Then we change again, inward, inhale, lifting, strong movement, and then exhaling, coming back down to the earth finally with the left foot and the hands to the sides. Give the legs a little shake, feet are staying on the ground, resetting. So bring the feet to the front of the mat, or actually it doesn't matter where they are, it could be in the middle, because we're going to do a half sun salute. So just check your feet again, standing tall. Think about your starting position of your pelvis, slightly pointing the tailbone down, strong belly, strong thighs, kneecaps lifted. Bring the hands to the heart center, lift the chest towards the hands, shoulders back. Breathe in. Breathing out, pointing the fingers down. Breathing in, hands lift up, face lifts up to the hands, turn the palms, knees bend, fingertips come to the ground. Look at the ground. Now look forwards with the eyes. Hands are just below the knees, pressing. Chest opening, breathing out, forward bend. Bend the knees a lot. Push up through the feet, breathe in all the way up. Stretch up, breathing out, arms come down. Breathing in all the way up. Look up, breathing out, knees bend, fingertips come to the ground. Look forwards, chest comes forwards, arms are straight, legs are straight, back is straight. Breathing out, forward bend. Bend the knees a lot, breathing in all the way up. Look up, breathing out, hands come down. Staying with your breath. Breath is smooth and even. So we're in movement, we're in flow. Knees are bent, fingertips come to the ground. Breathing in, look forwards. Breathing out, forward bend. Bend the knees a lot. Breathing in all the way up. Push up through the feet. Inhaling. Exhaling, arms come down to the sides. Inhaling. Stretch up, breathing out. Knees bend, fingertips come to the ground. Breathing in, look forward. Straight legs, arms back. Forward bend. Chest is coming to the toes. Bend the knees a lot. Power up through the legs. Push up through the legs. Reach up. Exhaling, arms come down to the side. Last one. Breathing in all the way up. Look up. Breathing out. Knees bend. Fingertips come to the ground. Breathing in. Straighten the legs. Arms back. Look forwards. Forward bend. Hands come to the ground. Bend the knees a lot. Push up through the legs. Strong. Inhale. Look up. Hands come together. Breathing out, arms come to the sides. Bring the hands back to the heart center. Take a moment to just feel what's going on. Close your eyes so you can really focus inwards. Hands are pressed together. Chest is lifting towards the hands. Standing in Tadasana, a mountain. Feel the weight, balance between the feet. Where is the weight? Is it in the right, left, front or back of the feet? And just feel all those little fluctuations as your body is trying to balance, working on your balance. Drop the hands down. So let's come into a forward bend from here. So just check your feet again. You can either hold your hands on your back or extend. Breathing in, breathing out, forward bend. Bring the fingers to the ground. Look at the toes there.
So we're trying to keep these legs straight, but without locking the knees up. We're also thinking about the spine being straight and long rather than bent, which is what we'll be doing if we're looking at our knees. Instead, we're looking towards our big toes. The space between the big toes is where we are aiming our gaze and aiming to really lift the base of the spine up to the sky. So we've got these 2 points. The chest is coming down to the ground and the base of the spine is lifting up to the ceiling. Feel that sense of those 2 points in space. And you're trying to increase the space between those 2 points with your breath and with your intention. Good. Now come up on the fingertips, look forwards, breathe in. And as you breathe out, you're going to put the weight onto the left foot and left hand and send that right foot back in a big lunge, big a step as you can take. And then bending into that left knee and letting the weight just rest on the front of that left thigh. One hand either side of the left foot, pushing that right heel back, strong in that right thigh. Groin is just coming down gradually to the ground. Breathe. Long, slow out breath. Now bring that right knee to the ground. Come up onto a high kneeling position. Just move your foot if you need to widen the stance a little bit. Now breathe in, lift the arms up, above the head, bring the hands together. And as you breathe out, the hands are coming back behind you and the groin is going forwards. The hips are going forwards. So we get this lovely back bend, front opening, chest opening. Lots of work opening the chest and also opening the hip, particularly the front of the hip. Really important for if you're doing a lot of sitting. Look up at the ceiling, breathe deeply. Breathe. Now bring the hands back down to the ground, supporting you. Tuck the right toe under, lift the right knee off the ground. So we're in the lunge still, but we're going to send that left foot back now. So we're in a plank. So strong body, strong legs, strong back. The chest is above the hands, not the face. So it's very much the arms and the chest. Get the shoulders to work by bending the elbows rather than locking them. And then we're going to bring the body down to the ground and have a little rest. Rock, just roll onto one side of the face. Relax the front of the body. Back to the arms, or front of the arms rather, on the ground. Breathing in through the nostrils. Sigh out through the mouth. Breathing in through the nostrils. Sigh out through the mouth. Good. So a couple of back bends now. So we're going to bring the forehead to the ground, the forearms to the ground, the hands or fingers just in the eye line here. And try to make sure you're not hunched up. Your shoulders shouldn't be hunched up by the ears, shoulders down away from the ears, and the hands or the forearms slightly away from the sides. It might be even beyond the edges of the mat there. Bring the forward to the ground, bring the legs together. On the inhale, lift the nose, lift the chin, lift the chest, without pressing into the hands there or the arms. We're using the back to do this lift. The shoulders go back away from your ears. You're lifting your chest, maybe looking slightly upwards. So this is the Sphinx. And try and relax. Try not to use the buttocks. So to stop that happening, we point the toes towards each other. And we're really using our back muscles, the lower back. But all the time, the chest is coming forwards and upwards. Shoulders back. Breathe deeply. One more breath in. Now switch the weight into the forearms. Lower yourself down slowly and rest on the other side of the face. Just resting there. Feel the body expanding on the ground, breathing in and release by breathing out through the mouth. Good. So you can either repeat the Sphinx in the same way. Let's just reset by pointing the toes, lifting one leg at a time and pointing the toes in towards each other behind. Or slide the hands back so they're more or less level with the shoulder line there rather than being up by the eye line. So we're not going to push into the hands straight away. We're going to wait to the last moment. First of all, we lift the head off the ground, the chin, the chest, without pressing in. See, I'm not pressing at all into the hands. And then
I press into the hands. But try not to straighten the arms, and then you're kind of locking and taking the shoulders forward. We want the shoulders to be back. We don't want this position. We want the shoulders to be back and down away from the ears, and the chest to be forwards. Chest is coming forwards and upwards. Heart is flying upwards. You can look up slightly there if you want to encourage that openness in the front of the body. Relax the buttocks all the time, thinking about lengthening the spine as well as bending. Now we put the weight into the arms, so we're just going to lower ourselves slowly to the ground using the strength in the arms. Laying the body back down for a moment. Take a breath in. On the out breath, push into the hands, sit back into the heels. That's going to feel great after such a powerful back bend. So we just let the hips sink back into the heels, bring them forward to the ground. Breathe in through the nostrils. Sigh out through the mouth. Enjoy. Breathe in through the nostrils. Sigh out through the mouth. So this is a counter pose. And we'll come into downward dog because it does feel a bit like a counter pose after that posture. So we come up onto all fours, keeping the hands where they are, tuck the toes under, lifting the knees off the ground, come up into downward dog, just place the feet there, keep the tummy tucked in, pushing back through the hands, faces looking back towards the toes. And we're going to just bring a hip opener into this. So a small side step with the left foot to the right, land that foot down. Then we're going to take the weight off the right foot, lift that right leg up into the sky, point the toe, and then bend that right knee, let the weight of the lower leg hang over the left side of the body and look up underneath the right armpit. Good. Breathe. Strong arm, strong leg. Again, really emphasizing the openness in the front of the right hip. Then point the toe again. Bring that right foot down. Switch it over with the left, so putting the weight onto the right foot, lifting up that left foot high, pointing the toe, lifting it as high as you can before bending the left knee and letting the weight of that leg hang over to the right side this time. And to encourage that openness in the hip, looking up underneath the left armpit, up to the ceiling. Let the leg just hang. Use the weight of the body to do the work here. Breathe. Breathe. Now point the toe once more. Bring the left foot down to the ground. Find the downward dog again. Walk the feet towards the hands. And just let the body hang for a moment in ragdoll. Knees are bent. Have a little sway here again. Taking the weight from the right to the left to the right. Slowly breathe in through the nostrils. Sigh out through the mouth. And then just taking the bottom to the ground, catching yourself with your hands. Bounce the legs up and down in front of you. Okay. We're going to come into cross-legged position again. We'll do a little breathing practice. So you can sit on a cushion if that's more comfortable for you. I'm going to look at abdominal breathing. A really good breath if you're feeling kind of tense or a lot of emotional overwhelm. Abdominal breathing is really ideal. And we know that if we're feeling tense, it's very difficult to get breath in because the body's too tense. So we always start by focusing on the out breath and emptying out. So this is a great place to focus on for that. So maybe sometimes placing the hands on the belly just to feel that belly. So as you breathe in, just let the breath, whatever wants to come in, no force, not trying to make a big inhale. But on the exhale, so using the nostrils to breathe in and out of, just make that a bigger movement. And imagine or feel the belly button is pushing back. Empty out everything. Empty, 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 empty. Keep emptying. And then rather than sucking the air in on the inhale, just slowly relax the belly and allow the air to come in naturally, allowing it. It just naturally will. You don't need to grab the air, it just comes in. And you might find there's a bit more of an inhale, just naturally. You haven't got to do too much work here. Sitting nice and tall. And just feeling that breath moving in your belly. Close your eyes now. We're just focusing on abdominal breathing. Expanding on the inhale.
and contracting and emptying. So really want to focus more on the exhale, emptying. And when you think you really have breathed out everything, see if there's a bit more to go. Slowly allowing the air to come into the belly. Relaxing the belly completely so the air is expanded. And then slowly, slowly contracting. Notice how that feels, that movement in your body, what's happening as you focus on slowing and expanding and deepening the breath. Your physical point of focus really helps with this breath as well. Still just breathing out fully. Still thinking about breathing out a little bit more than you think you can. Empty, 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 as if it was a balloon, completely empty, a shriveled up balloon, nothing left in it. And focus on slowly allowing the air to come in. So slowly softening the abdominals so that they can gradually expand. And you can feel the ribs opening up and even into the back. Just really keeping the fullness of your attention on this breath, on the movement of the body, and on gradually expanding that breath, lengthening that breath, deepening that breath, but without too much effort. It's just the focus of your concentration and allowing and emptying. If you find it very difficult to focus your mind, you can always add something in here by adding a count. So you can count how many counts is the breath in. And then notice how many counts is the breath out. Just whatever you can find to keep your mind focused. Noticing the movement of the body, paying attention to your spine being upright. Don't let the body collapse as you breathe. Sometimes when you're focusing on something, you forget to keep that upright, open poise of the spine. And we just let go of that for a moment. Notice how you feel. Take a moment, just open your eyes, rub the knees. And I'm just going to lie down for a brief relaxation. You might want to cover yourself, but let's just slowly lay the body down. Extending the fingers towards the toes, breathing in and out the whole time. Slowly lay the body down so that when it is laid down, completely relax in Shavasana, the corpse posture. Put space between the heels, feet fall out to the side, hips open, arms away from the body, palms facing the ceiling. Lift the chest off the ground and place it down. Chin is slightly tucked in, back of the neck nice and long. You may want to place a small blanket or small cushion underneath your head to hold that. Close the eyes, close the eyes. And breathe, and breathe. Breath coming in, and breath going out. Relaxing in movement, being aware of the movement of the breath, the movement of the body. Slight little movements of the body. Breathing in and out of the nostrils. Just noticing the breath now. Let it all slow down. You might be noticing the rise and fall of the belly or the chest as you breathe in and out. Keeping your focus inwards. Noticing when your mind is wandering off. Noticing what your mind is being captured by. What is capturing your attention? So notice all of these things. But know that your breath is always there and it's always moving, it's always lively. And you can bring your focus of attention back to your breath at any moment. Focusing on the breath, moving in the body. Breath coming in and breath going out. Breath is taking care of itself. Feeling your body on the ground, the limbs are long and heavy on the ground. Feel the support of the ground beneath the body. Be aware, even in stillness, of the movement of the breath and all the tiny movements, the flow of the blood inside the body, the beating of the heart inside the body, the air around the body moving. Everything is in movement, in flow. Even in stillness, there is movement in that stillness. Just watching and observing everything that is going on inside your individual universe. And being interested and curious in that. Breath coming in and breath going out. Soft and easy. Body is supported, safe, comfortable. And so we come to the end of our relaxation, the end of our practice. We slowly start to wake up the body, take the focus from the inside to the outside. Breathe a little deeper, move the body, stretch the limbs. Roll around on the ground, hug the knees, do whatever feels good for you right now in this moment. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Feel that movement. Feel yourself. You are in charge of your movement, of your body, and where you place your attention. So we know that. And as we come to seated, just rub the body a little bit. Rubbing the body. Coming to seated. Yeah, feels good. Just feel your outside edges. Don't forget the face and the head. Just give yourself a little bit of a shower of appreciation and acceptance for this body as it is. And then we're going to get a bit more heat and energy, focusing between the palms of the hands with that heat and energy. And then place that heat and energy over the heart center. Really take all your focus of attention to the space around and in, and just take your attention right into the center of that heart. And bring to mind your sankalpa, your intention. And say that sentence to yourself. Say those words with feeling and meaning. And relax. Namaste. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here with me today.